Notification volume 0%.
Good afternoon. My name is Blind Prime, and for today I have for you G.I. Joe Classified Series Cobra Infantry, and you are watching More Than Meets the Eye. Now, this guy is pretty unique and amazing. The G.I. Joe Classified Series, I wasn't sure if I really wanted to get involved with it at all, but I couldn't pass up a roadblock. And then when I got my roadblock, I realized, oh wow, these figures are pretty cool. And I decided to pick up a Cobra Infantry. And so, roadblock had somebody to fight. And I decided I'm going to start off doing G.I. Joe Classified series stuff for this channel on More Than Meets the Eye. And I figured I'd start off with the Ultimate Army Builder, Mr. Cobra Infantry. Now, this isn't the Trooper one, the Target exclusive from Cobra Island. This is the one that's gone out to everybody else, and this is the one I managed to get a hold of. And I figured I would start it off by showing you size comparisons. So I've got a little Minecraft minifigure creeper here, and the creeper will stand up to the crotch of Mr. Cobra Infantry. And I've got a Bumblebee here, and Bumblebee will stand up to the midway up, and this is Earthrise Bumblebee, by the way, and he will stand midway up the chest to the Cobra Infantry. And I don't have anything else and I can really get a good comparison with. There we go. Here's a good comparison level. Now we have Shattered Glass Ratchet, and Shattered Glass Ratchet actually is just a slight tinge bit smaller than the Cobra Infantry. The Cobra Infantry stands just a little taller than most. How tall? Well, let's take a look at the Lego chart here. And there we go. And he stands 17, 18, 19, 20, 21 studs tall, which means he's up there with the majority of the Voyager class Transformers from War of Cybertron and the Leader class stuff. Now, the accessories that come with Cobra Infantry right here are his helmet, which is very well sculpted to his head, and it has some amazing molding detail. Like, you can just feel all these really cool bits in it. You can feel like there's some sort of, there's always Cobra dynamics with everything. Snakes, always snakes. So you can kind of get an idea of what this feels like. That's pretty cool. Then he just gets this helmet that comes off. I don't know. That makes me really happy. I like the helmet. And I do like the under the helmet thing where he's got this mesh kind of head. Unless this is actually hair. It's either hair or it's a mesh. I'm not too sure. Seeing as his ears aren't poking out, I'm going to go ahead and assume this is some sort of mesh covering his head. And that's why the texture is so weird feeling. And then here in the center, because it doesn't feel like hair, except the center bit kind of does. I don't know. It's probably either a full face head mask or it's a really unique hair and weird ears. But I'm going to assume full face mask. And it has this texture to it that is rough. It's cool. It's cool. His little face mask, look at that Cobra Infantry right now, being good, wearing face masks in public. Look at him. I'm just going to shove the helmet back on his head there, and we'll talk about his pistols. He gets a pistol in the front, and he gets a pistol in the back. And both of the pistols are exactly the same. They are really unique feeling pistols. Obvious they're from the line of Nerf guns, because all the guns are from these. I wonder if my roommate has this. I'm not sure. But they fit in the hands pretty well. There's a little trigger finger, and you can you just have to kind of work at it. The best way to do these guns into the hands of the Cobra, of any of these G.I. Joe Classified, because their hands are very tight, is to slide it in sideways with the gun kind of pointed almost parallel to the body, and then you twist it so that it's pointing straight ahead. And that twisting motion will allow the trigger finger to actually get in there, and there he is. He's holding the gun. It works all the time, almost all the time. I'll discuss it when it doesn't work, but for the most part it does. Let's get this other pistol. Sometimes this pistol in his rear holster doesn't like to come out. It can be a pain, so it's best if you remove the assault rifle thing, and then you can pull the pistol straight out. Now, for his other hand, we will follow the same movements. We will put the pistol in, kind of at an angle. You got to get it in there and let it dig in. These hands, I haven't used them for much, so they're still really stiff. But get the pistol in there at the angle, and then twist it. And if you've done it right, and you haven't screwed it up, which I did there, so we're just going to twist it again. And we're going to try this again. Couldn't do it perfectly twice in a row, could I? Not at all. This is a little difficult whenever you're blind, but you can do it. You can do it pretty well, and these guys are a lot of fun. The best part about them is that they hold all their accessories. And I think I made it go too far down. Oh, did we do it? No. In there? No. All right, one more time, and then I'm trying you with another gun. All right. His other hand doesn't want to hold that pistol, right? Which is annoying. Right. Was I screwing everything up there? All right. So I put the pistol in like that, and then I twist it. Boom! I did it right. No, I didn't. Darn it. Oh, there it goes. There it goes. I popped it in. Okay. That's that's the worst part about these guys. I wish they had given a hinge for the trigger finger so you could pull it out and then like push it back in. Instead, these hands are kind of one piece, and they're made of some weird squishy plastic that I don't like bending too much because I'm afraid one day his hand's just going to bend in half. I remember I had a G.I. Joe like that in the 1980s that did that very same thing. By the way, that G.I. Joe, I don't remember his name at all, but if anybody remembers him, he was a black guy that had a buzz cut on either side of his head and a bit on the top. And then I remember him wearing like green camouflage pants. And I'm not sure if he had shirt sleeves or not, but that was my G.I. Joe of choice. I named him Slim. I don't remember what his actual name was, but if there was ever a battlefield, he was in it. And then one day his hand broke off because I used it too much with the guns, which is what I'm scared of happening here, but mostly the hands just stretch out. And I'll explain that on the roadblock day, whenever I deal my thing on roadblock. Now, other than the two pistols, he also comes with this cool gun. The gun has a peg on the side of it, which I don't really like too much. I wish they had figured out a way to slide it into a sheath, like they did with Flint. But this peg just so happens to be kind of where a charge handle may be on a gun. Like if you imagine there being a charge handle, you can just put it there, and then you can have his other hand hold it like he's holding the charge handle. But there's also a grip underneath. And on his back, there are two little ports. This is based off of the Cobra Trooper from the Cobra Island, Target exclusive. So that's why there are two ports back here. One port is for this gun, and then the other port is for the sniper rifle, or shotgun, I forget which. And then we spin him back around, and we get this cool little knife that has a handle shaped like a snake. It's a snake handle. Snake jazz. Okay, I'm done with snake jazz. By the way, random thing, if you have an Alexa, you can ask it to play snake jazz, and it will. That's pretty cool, and I enjoy listening to snake jazz on occasion. You can also find like endless loops of it on YouTube. It's nice to sleep to. Now, let's get into the meat and potatoes of this figure when it comes to his body. The plastic they used is top notch. This is some high quality plastic. You can just feel it, and it's good stuff. It's got a weight to it. And it's he's got a crazy amount of articulation. Like, I wonder how many pieces this guy came in for the sheer articulation and posability. Double jointed elbows. He's got some swivel up in his biceps, and he's also got swivel in his hand and a few other things. This hand moves side to side, like he can just be waggling it, the gun at people. And then this hand moves up and, I think up and down, or does it also move side to side? Kind of moves up and down. Yeah, kind of moves up and down. Not much, though. Everybody keeps talking about these hands moving up and down and stuff, but I don't feel it. Maybe I just got a busted up Cobra Trooper, or Cobra Infantry. His feet are pretty awesome. They've got the texture all the way down to the underside of the boots, which, I'm like, really? You textured the underside of the boots? That's kind of hardcore. And, like, literally, there's even a rubberized texture where you don't even see the boot. He's got the boot pegs, or the foot pegs in the back of his boots, as you saw in my Slambulance video, which, by the way, if you haven't watched, go ahead and watch. He has some upper thigh swivel. You know, his thighs can move like that, and you can make him duck walk, which is totally stupid. He's also got kind of ball joints in there. This butt panel always messes with me, though. It's weird. It's a rubberized plastic, like the plastic that his vest is made out of. You know, his flak vest and stuff. But it's part of the figure, and that does kind of worry me. The crotch is the same exact way. Like, I guess in there's some assembly that may hold everything together, but for the most part, I do worry about how moldable and bendable this butt panel is on the action figure. Yeah, it's something I didn't think I'd be saying, butt panel. He's also got a little bit of motion in his core. You can do that, move him like that. He can look around. He can also go up and down just a bit, and then his head's all sorts of posable. Oh, don't lose your helmet. With the helmet up, like, see, he can look all the way up there. Totally fire at a Joe hiding in a tree. Or you can look all the way down there. Oh, don't pop your helmet off again. And fire at a Joe climbing a cliff. Yeah, it's all what you do, you know? For the most part, this guy is worth the money. If you can find him for under, you know, I'd say value-wise, with the amount of stuff you get and the fact that, you know, all of his posability and stuff, if you can find him for under 30, good deal. He sells a retail for 20, but with the scalper market, that retail price disappears quickly. Anyway, my name is Blind Prime once again, and you are watching Blind Prime, and this show is called More Than Meets the Eye, and please like and subscribe and comment below with any thoughts and feelings you have on these figures. Maybe some fun memories about you and G.I. Joe play. I wouldn't mind listening. The G.I. Joes were really fun to play with in the early 90s whenever I got a hold of them. But until next Prime, I'm Blind Prime.